Apparently, Erica Mena is fired, and Florence got friends on the other side. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, it's your captain for all things creative, and I'm coming at you today with a little bit of a longer Love and Hip Hop Miami review because things exploded in the Safari verse over the weekend and since the last episode with Erica Mena and Love and Hip Hop Miami alum Saucy Santana and this fight and then this firing. So we'll talk about the current events and I'll read basically one Daily Mail article that summed it all up. And I'll give just some quick thoughts on the controversies involved, and then we'll get into episode 4 recap and review. So, if you're new to the channel, thanks for coming and joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, stay a while. And if you're returning, thank you so much. And let us get into all the things. So, let's look at what's going on with the Safari verse. As we know from the show, Safari married Arkamena, they divorced, they had kids. Excuse me. Ooh, well, maybe somebody talking about me. But now he's with Amara La Negra, according to the show, and we've seen some recent pictures of Erica Mena basically cosplaying like somebody who looks more like Amara. She's kind of blackfishing lately, and then she's gotten into a lot of trouble. First with the law, then with Spice, and losing her job at the show. So let's read this article that talks all about it. So this is from the Daily Mail again. It says Erica Mena allegedly bit a security guard during a bar fight and then lied to police about being pregnant as she was arrested. Mena, 35, was one of 4 arrested for an alleged brawl at an Atlanta hookah lounge. She allegedly bit one security guard and kicked another in the face. Despite telling officers she was pregnant, police and her lawyer say she is not. Erica Mena is facing legal problems in addition to her now being jobless after she allegedly bit the security guard during a brawl and lied to a police officer about being pregnant. The 35-year-old was officially fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta following a racist remark she made against her co-star Spice. Um, we'll talk about that in a second. Now she is facing criminal charges for her alleged part in a brawl Friday, August 25th at a hookah lounge in Atlanta. According to documents obtained by TMZ, the Stepmother 3 star was one of 4 people arrested after security reportedly asked the group to leave the club. The outlet reports that rather than exiting, the group, which included Bambi Benson and Rodney Shaw, aka Zell Swag, and Saucy Santana was also there, but he ran. That's not in the article, so shout out to Saucy for getting out of danger. And another man named Kareem Cadet resisted and began fighting with the bouncers. Erica allegedly bit one guard's forearm and kicked another in the face. A police officer claimed the pitcher, the Dead Star, also resisted his efforts to get under her control. She reportedly claimed she was pregnant. I'm going to skip this part because we said this already. Erica was charged with willful obstruction of law enforcement, and simple battery against a police officer, according to jail records at the Fulton County Jail. A statement from her lawyer, Drew Feindling, said, on behalf of Erica Mena, who is not pregnant, we will immediately start investigating the events of August 25th, 2023. It is clear that this was an incident between citizens, private security, and off-duty police officers that was not properly handled or de-escalated. We'll skip a little bit. It says Erica's volatile temperament was part of what brought the drama on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta until it went too far. for the producers of the reality show. Popular VH1 series announced her firing on social media with the following statement: Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our community, adding that working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out on the final 3 episodes of the season. The statement concluded with effective immediately she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The news followed fan backlash against the reality television star after she referred to Spice as a blue monkey during a dramatic argument when the women were having a sit-down conversation at a restaurant. 2 women went from having a tense conversation to a physical fight after Spice claimed that Erica's son doesn't like her. The argument quickly escalated with Erica flipping their table and shockingly calling Spice a monkey and shouting that she should have died during a recent near-death experience. The article doesn't say, but she was also making monkey noises at Spice. And it says the shocking moment led viewers to call for Erica to be fired on social media, and many said it was not just an instance of racism but also colorism, as Erica is a lighter skinned Afro Latina while Spice is darker skinned Black Jamaican women. The origin of the conflict between the women appeared to be involving Erica's divorce from Safari Samuels. Daily Mail has reached out to Representative for MTV and Erica Mena, and the conflict appeared to start early in the episode when Erica told Shekinah that she was upset that Spice had posed for a photo with her ex-husband Safari and his current girlfriend Amara. But Spice shared separately with Shekinah that she had conversed with Safari the intention of grilling him about his issues paying child support to Erica. However, she found herself on his side after he told her that Erica had been saying rude things about her to him. Erica was also upset with her ex Safari because she thought he was more sympathetic to Spice over her near-death experience with sepsis in 2022 than he was to their divorce. The meeting with Shekinah was supposed to help the women settle their differences, but Spice escalated when she accused Erica of seemingly being narcissistic and focusing on getting sympathy for her divorce over more serious issues. Finally, losing her cool, Erica flipped the table and called Spice a blue monkey. The slur clearly shocked crew members on set. Black people have long been insulted with comparisons to monkeys and primates for centuries. Viewers who chimed in on social media had little sympathy for Erica or her vile language, and then didn't accept her distress as an excuse to say inexcusable slurs. Oh, Lord. So, a lot of what is happening is VH1, I think, trying to get on the right side of history, especially after incidents with people like Evan Lozada and OG on Basketball Wives. There was a lot of colorism that was really clear. Here, I think we are seeing colorism for sure, but also misogynoir. And misogynoir, that is a term that was coined by Black feminist writer Moya Bailey, and it addresses misogyny directed toward Black transgender and cisgender women in America. And I think misogynoir is a little bit more appropriate because Erica doesn't have this kind of venom usually for the males that have disrespected her on these shows, like Stevie J and who was that DJ? DJ Envy. She was cheating with. It's like so many men of color that she just let disrespect her and do all kinds of things. But with Spice, it goes to the lowest of the low, racialized language, and it's just really unacceptable. And I think Erica needs help. I believe she is showing signs of being addicted to fame, if not substances as well. And just that fight where she got arrested also shows that she's unhinged. She's biting police and fighting men as well. So Safari has got to step up for them children, and it's not surprising why he left, that situation. So we just gotta pray for all people involved, and also it's important for people not to take disrespect. I don't like the people who are saying, it's okay for Erica to say anything because Spice said something about her child, because really, Spice wasn't really talking about Erica's child from the report. She was talking about the strained relationship, and there's a difference between talking about a strained relationship and the people in the relationship. Like, you can talk about the reasons why a relationship is strained without speaking negatively on the people involved, and that is something that more people need to be able to do comfortably. And I just hope that, we get healing from this and more people realize that it's never okay to go so low as to dehumanize people. We always got to maintain respect. And Safari is in a lot of drama. So let's get to the episode. More drama. I'm going to start with like a brief summary, and then I'll give my awards, rewards, and opinions. So the episode starts with Trick Daddy coaching the youth football team, showing kind of like his volunteer work, and Safari is there. And also Gunplay is there. And Gunplay tries to explain why he had a blow up on some podcast where he was addressing the GoFundMe controversy and his issues with DJ Envy. And then Safari basically compares his situation with his kids and people saying he doesn't take care of his kids as much as Amara's kids, because he gave Amara's kids a Rolex for their birthday. And he kind of tries to relate to Gunplay about, not listening to what people say because people don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And obviously, Safari's dealing with a lot with Erica and all the drama that's been happening. And he definitely has to pick up the slack when she's, getting arrested and things like that. So I'm sure he's there for his children. He probably has to be even more with all what's going on with his ex. Next scene, we see Florence talking about what happened with Marlon and the fight over the flowers that he tried to give to Trina's cousin and Trick Daddy's ex-wife. Also, she basically says she's not ready to go public with her girlfriend for the sake of her career and also her family. Next, Amara and Safari go to a pastor to talk about their relationship and what Shay had brought up about Safari wanting vasectomy comes up, and I guess Safari admits that he does not want any more kids. The next major thing we see, Zoe Brinks and Bobby Lights are in the studio, and Zoe Brinks is just singing her heart out and recording a song, and then Bobby's hyping her up and being very positive, which I love to see. And he tries to broker a situation where Zoe can meet Trina on better terms, and tries to, explain to her that's just Trina's personality for her to be a little standoffish, and he just listens to her story because she goes into detail about how basically she's effectively homeless because her family is kind of left her to the wolves until she wants to confront her family, which will happen later in the episode. The next important thing, he says Shay and Amara meet, and they talk about Safari's vasectomy, and Amara kind of admits that Shay was right, so they reconnect and make steps toward reconciling as friends, basically. And They also talk about the GoFundMe situation with Gunplay a little bit, at least in the confessional. Mara did. Next, the important thing I have in my notes says Trina and Joy meet up, and Trina discourages Joy from making drama with Marlon getting fooled by his flowers. Next, basically, we see Gunplay making music in the studio to redirect his energy because he's still heated about the whole GoFundMe thing. After that, I have Von Shay and Shay meeting up. And Von Shay says that Gunplay has started drinking again and succumbing more and more to his addiction again. And Von Shay also talks about Amara not really being there for her and not supporting her through all this drama. Next, that's important because, again, I'm trying to go through this fast. Flo ends up having, her single party time because she has this single with Trina, I forget the name. And she had said earlier that she didn't want the focus to be on her new relationship with her friend, but Bobby peeps game and basically outs her and is kind of hyping up the situation with her girlfriend at this single release party. So it is kind of turning into a mini coming out party. And Marlon gets uncomfortable when he comes in and he sees Trick Daddy because obviously he was scheming on the ex-wife Joy, but he vows not to make drama. And Marlon also notices that Flo's got this girlfriend Claudia, and he's not really taking it seriously. He's thinking it's more about making him jealous. Next, Flo's sister comes to the party. The sister that had cheated with Marlon, and Flo confronts her about going to the Mambo or the voodoo person, I guess, against her because she's saying that several bad things have happened. She said her son went back to jail. She's losing all these things. It's like all these bad things are happening. She's um making it clear that whatever her sister Florence did with the Mambo, the negative effects or whatever negative is happening in her life, she's thinking that it's some kind of spirit got sent to her and that's doing all these things. So she's trying to get Flo to take back or cancel whatever spell or spirit that she and the Mambo sent on her. And they end up kind of making a scene, and it's in front of Trina. So Trina and Flo basically kick Gael out. That's Flo's sister. And they debut the song. And then Trick and Bobby somehow end up fighting. And then Trick Daddy and Trina kind of team up against him and they kick him out. And that's like the end of the episode. Oh, it was a lot to unpack. So let's see. For me, I think the king or the royalty of the episode for me has to be Safari. I think I am a little biased also by what was all going on in the news because I do think he has more on his plate than people give him credit for. And I don't think that his role this season is going unnoticed. And especially when he went to the pastor and the way he's been talking about, how he's trying to grow. I do kind of believe him, and I'm here for people trying to do right, trying to seek wisdom and gain wisdom. So I liked how, he took Amar to that pastor and wants to, be honest. He finally told her about the vasectomy, and he was there with Trick coaching the cheering with the football. So I think Safari is trying to do positive things. And again, with all that's going on in the news and with his ex-wives, I do think he has a lot of burdens, and he's picking up a lot of the slack, in his home. Um, the next category, who was a little naughty this episode for me, I think it's gonna have to be Flo because, again, that the thing with the Mambo, I am very wary of people who just automatically malign our spiritual traditions that come from, Africa, and like voodoo's one of them. It's very rooted in spirituality that can be traced back to Africa, and even the idea of the Loa. Um, it's to me has a lot of parallels to like Shango in like Trinidad, and even in Guyana there's something called Obia too. So from what the sister was saying, it does seem like it is, more of a first people's kind of, spiritual thing that she did with the mambo. But if it was what Gael is saying, that it was something negative, then I do think that she should reconsider, you know, doing spiritual harm to her sister, because there are, people who do manipulate, um, they manipulate, like spirits, and there's a danger to messing with those kinds of entities and elements. And I know, there have been people again who malign, the spirits and the traditions of our ancestors and non-Christian and non-Western ways of handling the spirit world. But if her sister is seeing negative things and feeling that it was something negative done with this mambo, I think Florence owes it to her to at least have a conversation and explain, okay, when I went to this mambo, I did X, Y, and Z. I prayed, or I got floored, or whatever. But if she's just dismissing her, she's missing out on a chance for the sister to gain understanding, and for the world also to gain understanding about this type of spirituality. This could be a great teaching moment, but instead, she's kind of dismissing the sister again and downplaying what was done. So I just hope that she has a conversation with her sister, and that will get her out of the naughty territory. Because if it was a positive thing, she should, feel comfortable talking about it. But if it was something negative, as the sister suggested, she should reconsider. Who my heart went out to, I would say it would have to be Zoe Brinks. I really felt for her. I liked her song in the booth. She has a beautiful voice. I'm glad that she stood up for herself to her family. And I just hope, she is a good example to people to not give up on your dreams. And even if everybody around you don't believe in you, one in God is a majority. You just got to go with whatever gifts and dreams and calling is placed on your life. And I think Zoe's doing just that. In terms of who's on timeout, Gunplay. Because again, I am also swayed by the recent news, and the fact that Vanshay was saying that he was relying more on alcohol and lashing out, on those podcasts, and getting more and more negative in his speech and his behavior patterns. He's got to watch it. I don't think this show was a good place for him. And a lot of people, again, who are dealing with addiction, like, they can have a lot of different triggers. And the stress and the drama of being in the public eye probably was a big trigger for him. And Von Shaven said that he was dealing with all the backlash from the GoFundMe by drinking more. So I really don't think he should be on the show. Hopefully he takes a break and gets his life together. And obviously now it's a legal issue, and also he's got to handle the legal side and face whatever consequences he's got to face. But I really think that people need to heal first before they do things that are super stressful or super taxing, like, reality TV and things like that. So I don't have that many predictions. It seems like Sukiyana's going to be back next time. We're going to see more what happens with Bobby Lights and the fallout. Um, I just hope that Gunplay gets help because, again, addiction is serious. Um, I don't know if Ray J and Princess will be back. I don't know if they tied up their gambling addiction story with the bow. But this substance use disorder that Gunplay seems to have is very serious, and it obviously has led to serious consequences for his marriage, and Shay has, filed for divorce. I just hope that whoever out here dealing with substance use and addiction, you can get help. Please go to support groups. It's a process. You just got to take it one day at a time. And if things are stressing you out, really talk to someone. You're not alone. There are a lot of people that go through it. So yeah, that's everything. I hope that, again, you like, share, subscribe, put your comments about what you thought about either the Erica Mena controversy or the episode on here. I also am getting a little stressed out by these shows, and the semester is about to start. So we'll see if I continue with this Love and Hip Hop franchise. I'll definitely continue doing the anime videos, which you should check out on the channel. Anime is a stress reliever, not like these shows, but it's all entertainment, and it's all a learning tool as well. So you can learn from the mistakes of others to not make these same mistakes, right, y'all? And also remember that you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. And hopefully I'll see you for another video. Bye.